up, guys? We are back with a new topic that we would like to share with all of you out there. So let us explore with us. Biology is a subdivision of science. It's further divided into various branches like pathology, embryology, ecology, histology, microscopy, and a few more. But onto the topic, we're going to focus more on the branch of biology that dealing with the study of a group of specialized cells that called as tissue, which can be found in the most multicellular plants and animals. Histology will study the organizations of tissue at all levels, their interactions with the body, the roles that they play in our body system, anatomy, and how they are affected with disease. As we know, tissue are building block of virtually everything in the body, and from tissue arise organs such as our kidney, our hearts, our lung, and other organs are all made of different kind of tissue. An organ will keep the body operating. Animal tissue can be classified into connective, epithelial, muscle, and nerve tissue, while for the plant tissue, they are composed mainly of undifferentiated tissue known as meristematic tissue, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, and a few more. So, my other colleagues will explain more about the importance of histology and microscopy and the contribution they have made to our society and world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does this look clean to you?
Yes, it looks pretty clean to me.
I know, right? If we were surgeons and we have no knowledge whatsoever of microscopy, we would think that this is clean enough for me to do surgery. Now, imagine a world without a single knowledge of microscopy. Us as surgeons, we would be doing more harm than good. And instead of curing, we will be spreading more infections and diseases inside the body, right? And also, instead of being called heroes, now we are killers. Well, fortunately for everyone, including us surgeons, with the help of microscopy and this, we now know that there are small and tiny things living just about anywhere. So now we know what we're actually putting inside our body, including this. And that is why surgical instruments need to be sterilized first. For example, with this. And also why the blades are in here instead of out in the open.
Many diseases occur at the tissue level. For example, cancer is often the result of the overgrowth of the tissue, and some of the infections may cause the tissue to die eventually. And for future medical professionals such as surgeons, histology provides important insight into the development of the disease. But even if you're a general biology student and you're just taking an introductory biology class, histology is also one of the subjects that can help you to understand why some treatments may work more effectively than the others and why certain lifestyle choices can harm your body over time.
So, apart from giving the contributions to the medication world, the histology and microscopy also aids in education, especially in laboratory sciences.
In order to have a better understanding of conceptual sciences, one has to look beyond books and conventional classroom teaching. Lab work is an experimental studies that help to engage directly with a certain object with some materials and apparatus provided. This object that we're going to discuss is a tissue. Tissue is a group of similar cells that come together to perform a common function. Start from a basic tiny little cell that will form a building blocks, which is a tissue, and then organs to a system that will eventually make what you are. When two or more tissues are combined, they form our organs, and the function of certain part of your organ performs depend on what kind of tissue it is. As we know, the study of tissue is called histology. Histology often have strong laboratory component. Imagine if a person diagnosed with a rare disease, then you would want to check what are the main cause. Thus, histology provides us, especially for the science student or expertise, to view tissues under a microscope or be required to label various tissue slides according to which organ they came from. For some students, this is the first experience with laboratory science, and the large size of tissue relative to cells can make the work more interesting.
So there you go, small but significant. Though some students do prefer the generalized approach to anatomy, as this macro-level perspective on biology may seem kind of boring, but honestly, without the study of histology, little else in biology makes sense. Without microbiology, surgeons probably wouldn't know how important it is to sterilize their surgical equipment when it comes to doing a surgery in the medical field. Studying histology gives important insight to the development of disease, and it also aids the education studies in a wider range of laboratory science to give a better understanding of different types of tissue. Coming from a zoology student, I used to argue why we have to study microscopy and histology. But then I came across this amazing article on a Nobel Prize winner in 2008, and this article was awarded for work done on a molecule called green fluorescent protein. It was isolated from a bioluminescent chemistry of a jellyfish, and it's breathtaking. And it has been equated to the invention of microscope in terms of the impact it had on cell biology and genetic engineering. I mean, being able to interact with this animal itself is exciting enough, but having a chance to observe them up to their cellular level is phenomenal.
Ting ting tang ting, ta ra ting 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 tang ting.